Hello my dear friends, this is Rajesh Mahapatra. I hope all of you are doing well and happiness. In this session, I'll show you how do you create a MySQL database in Google Cloud Platform, and I'll show you the important lab step. How do you connect Google Compute Engine VM instance to MySQL database, and this is the connectivity is the important step guys. It will helpful for your practical lab as well as in the real time project work, and I'll elaborate each step in briefly manner so that you can easily understand it. Based on your project requirement, you can implement it. Let's get started. Guys, as you can see here, what is MySQL database? MySQL is an open source relational database management system that is widely used for a variety of applications including web application, e-commerce platform, data warehousing and more. It is one of the most widely used database system in the world, especially in web application. Guys, as you know, open source means MySQL is freely available under open source license, which makes it a popular choice for conscious organization. MySQL store data in tables that are related to each other, making it easy to organize and query data. MySQL database is compatible with various operating systems including Windows, Mac OS, Linux and others. MySQL is a popular choice for web application because it is fast, reliable and easy to use. MySQL can be used for data warehousing application because it can store large amount of data and can be queried efficiently. Guys, as you can see here, how do you connect to a SQL Server instance from a new web server or Linux VM in GCP? Or guys, you have a existing server, then I'll show you in this lab how do you connect your existing VM or existing Linux server with new SQL Server instance in Google Cloud Platform. As I mentioned all the steps, I'll show you inside the lab so that you can easily understand it. Based on your project requirement, you can implement it. First of all guys, you can enable Compute Engine as well as Cloud SQL in GCP project. Guys, you have multiple projects, then you can select your desired or respective project based on your requirement. Guys, as you can see here, first of all I'll create a MySQL Server instance in Cloud SQL. Later I'll create a new virtual machine, a new VM in Compute Engine. Then I'll copy the external IP from the new Linux VM, or if you have an existing Linux server or web server, then you can copy your external IP from your desired server. Later guys, you can follow as I mentioned all the steps like MySQL connection, network, add network, then click on new network, then you can name of the network and paste your external IP for your new Linux server or for an existing Linux server or web server. I'll show you all the steps guys. As you can see here, connect to new Linux server instance, then I'll execute all the commands as I mentioned here. Then I'll show you how do you connect your MySQL database to your new Linux server. Guys, let's switch to the GCP console web portal page. I'll show you all the details inside the lab so that you can easily understand. Guys, as you can see here, this is the GCP web console portal. Then first of all, you can navigate to the Compute Engine as you can see here. Then click on Compute Engine here. Then guys, I'll create a new Linux server first. Then click on create instance button here. Then configure the name of the server first. Guys, as you can see here, the name of the new Linux server as client machine web server, and as I selected the region as US Central 1 and zone as US Central 1A, the machine series like E2 and the type is E2 medium guys, and as I selected the default Debian operating system here guys, as you can see here, then guys you can leave all the step as it is. If you want to allow the firewall rule HTTP and HTTPS for your new Linux server, then click on checkbox. And guys, as you know, I don't have any private VPC, so that I selected here as the default VPC and subnet. Then guys, click on create button here and wait a couple of seconds to create your new VM. As you can see here, the new client machine web server is successfully created here. The status of the VM as the instance is running now. Then guys, you can navigate to the SQL. As you can see here, click on SQL, and if you first time click on the SQL, then first of all you enable the cloud SQL first, then you can navigate to, as you can see here, this is the cloud SQL web page. Then guys, as you can see here, this is the create instance button here, then click on create instance button here. Then guys, as you can see here, this is the 3 databases are showing here. Now guys, I'll show you the lab for create a new MySQL database here. Now guys, I'll select here, as you can see here, choose MySQL button is here, then click on choose MySQL here. Then this is the instance ID. Instance ID is nothing but guys, this is the name of your MySQL database. Then you can enter as you can see here, the name of the MySQL database as MySQL database server. The second section is password, that is also optional guys. As you can see here, there is one option no password. If you click on no password, then without a root password, the instance will allow anyone to connect with the full administrator privilege. Set a root password to ensure only authorized users have these privileges. So that guys, I'll deselect it here. Now I'll enter a password here guys. The password is guys, I'll enter the password as admin. As you can see here, this is the password guys. You can any name, whatever name, just you can add here. Then next step guys, first step is the name of the database, that is called as instance ID. As you can see here, second step you can enter the password. Then third step guys, you can select your database version. Then as you can see here, the default version is MySQL 8.0. then you can select it. Then as you can see here, next is what cloud SQL edition guys. As you can see here, I selected enterprise plus the SQL edition here guys. As you can see here, the price is like $2.30 per hour, as you can see here. And you know, as a cloud engineer or as a DevOps engineer or as a cloud architect, you must know about the pricing estimate for the database. If I select the enterprise plus cloud SQL edition here, this is the per day bill guys. As you can see here, $55 approximately. But I'll show you how do you customize your storage. As you can see here, these are the all the details here guys. I will customize the databases so that automatically the price estimate it decrease based on my customer requirement or my own database requirement. Suppose guys, if you want to select the enterprise version here, as you can see here, what is the estimate cost for per hour the MySQL databases here, approximately $1.23 per hour, and you know the per day about 29.41 day. Based on your requirement guys, you can select here. I'll show you in the enterprise plus edition here in this lab. As you can see here, this is the SLA. Compare in between the SLA. The SLA is 99.99% is availability for enterprise plus edition, so that you can suggest your customer to go for enterprise plus edition. Then guys, next step guys, choose your preset the edition. After that you can select your environment. If you want to create for your database for your production environment or your development environment. But in this lab guys, I'll suggest you can select always the development here for your cost saving guys. As you can see here, when I selected for the development, this is the price cost per hour is 0.65. If I've selected for the production, as you can see here, this is the cost for hour is $2.30. So that guys, for your practice purpose, always you can select the development here. Then next guys, the choose a region or zonal availability. What does it mean? If you want to select a specific zone, or if you want to select a multiple zone for your database server. Guys, if I select for that single zone, then as you can see here, this is the option is specify zone here. Then you can select any one guys. Suppose US Central 1A, US Central 1B, whatever you want, just you can select here guys. And you know guys, if you select for multiple zone here, this is high availability, automatic failover for another zone within your selected region, and recommended for the production instance and increase cost. Guys, as you can see here, if I select the single zone, then the pricing estimate cost, as you can see here, 0.65 per hour. If I select now the multiple zone here, as you can see here, the estimate price $1.29 per hour. And the advantage of guys, the multiple zones, as if any accidental case, like that climatic situation, any earthquake, disaster situation happened in any zone, and if one zone is failure, then automatically is your database available in another zones, so that user can easily access it. This is the advantage for multiple zone here guys. Now guys, I hope you can understand the basic difference between zone and multiple zone here. In this lab, I select the single zone here guys, as you can see here. Then click on show configuration option here guys. Then customize your instance based on your requirement and budget guys. First of all, you can click on machine configuration. I don't want to add the 4 vCPU and 32 GB. My requirement is 2 vCPU and 16 4 GB. Then I selected 2 vCPU and 16 4 GB here. Guys, previous estimate cost, as you can see here, $0.65. After I select the 2 vCPU and 16 GB, the estimate cost, as you can see here, 0.39 per hour. Then you can select your desired vCPU and memory space based on your requirement guys here. Then the storage section guys, as you can see here, you can select the SSD, HDD based on your project requirement guys. Then you can select your storage capacity also. Guys, the minimum storage capacity is 10 GB and the maximum storage capacity, as you can see here, 65,536 GB. This is your GCP examination question guys. You can remember it. It will helpful for your GCP examination. And guys, my requirement for lab purpose, I'll select the 10 GB here. Then as you can see here, this is your estimate cost for hour. Then guys, next is connection. Guys, in this connection section, you can select private IP and public IP based on your requirement. If you have a private VPC, then you can select the public IP, private IP based on your requirement guys. But here guys, I'll select as default. As you can see here, this is the public IP here. Guys, as you can see here, the data protection section. In the data protection section guys, as you can see here, the automatic daily backup. As you can see here, 7:30 am to 11:30 am. Whatever based on your requirement guys, you can select it. As you can see here, all the times are available here. Based on your requirement, you can select your backup window time here. Then guys, as you can see here, enable the point in the time of recovery in the 14 days, 15 days, whatever you want guys. Here just you add it. Then as you can see here, enable deletion protection. Guys, whenever you create a MySQL instance, you can uncheck the checkbox here, because if you forget to uncheck the enable deletion protection here guys, then you cannot delete the MySQL databases feature, because first of all you can disable it, then you can delete your MySQL database, so that guys you can fast deselect it. Then guys, as you can see here, the maintenance section, the maintenance window, any window and anytime, whatever guys, you can select here, Sunday, Monday to Friday, whatever that, and any letter earlier, and whatever the option based in a requirement you can select here guys. And rest of the field guys, you leave as it is. Then click on create instance here and wait a couple of minutes, like 1 to 2 minutes, to successfully create MySQL database server first. Then I'll show you how do you connect your existing VM with your new database server. Guys, as you can see here, the MySQL database server is successfully created here now. As you can see here, all the overview for the MySQL database here. This is your public IP address and this is your connection name guys, and this is the default service account and all the remaining field as you can see here. Now guys, you can navigate to the Compute Engine web portal. As you can see here, click on Compute Engine here. Then guys, copy the external IP here guys for your existing web server. As you can see here, client machine web server here. I'll copy the external IP here guys. Then you can navigate to the SQL here guys. As you can see here guys, then click on MySQL database server here. Then as you can see here, this is the connection section here guys. Then click on connection. Then guys, click on networking. Then scroll down. Then click on add a network. Then paste your external IP address here guys, network IP. If you want to add the name of the network, that is optional guys, that is not mandatory, you can leave as it is. Or if you add the name of the network, then you can add here my network. Then as you can see here, done button, then click on done, then click on save. This is the important step. If you want to communicate between your Linux server and MySQL database server, then first of all you can copy the external IP for your existing Linux server and you can add the IP address inside the MySQL database here, as you can see all the step here guys. Then guys, again you can navigate to the Compute Engine portal. Then guys, you can connect your new Linux server with SSH. Click on open in browser window here and wait a couple of seconds guys. Now guys, you click on authorize. As you can see here, this is your new client machine web server terminal guys. Then press Ctrl L. Now guys, you can connect MySQL database from your web server VM then you need to install MariaDB client in your Linux VM or server. I'll show you all the steps here now guys. First of all guys, you should update the packet manager. For all dependencies file, then press enter. As you can see here, then press Ctrl L. As you can see here guys, this is the MariaDB client. I'll install in this client machine web server first, then guys press enter, and this is a simple command guys, and wait a couple of seconds to install the MariaDB client in the Linux server. Now guys, I'll show you how do you connect your MySQL database from your client machine web server. Guys, as you can see here, this is the command guys. You can always remember it. The MySQL host public IP. Then guys, I'll navigate to the MySQL database. Click on SQL. Guys, as you can see here, you can copy the public IP address from here, or you can click on the database server here. Guys, as you can see here, this is your public IP address. Copy from public IP address here, then add your public IP here guys. As you can see here, guys, as you can see here, this is the password for your database as I mentioned here as admin. Then press enter. As you can see here guys, you can directly connect to the MySQL database from your client machine web server. Now guys, as you can see here, this is the command, MySQL command, show databases. Guys, as you can see here, all the information for the databases here. Guys, now you can whatever you want, you can write a query, you can create a table, and whatever you want you can create here guys. Now guys, if you want to exit the MySQL database, then the command is exit, then press enter. Now guys, as you can see here, I can successfully exit inside the MySQL database, and then you can exit your Linux server here guys. Then write exit command here, then press enter. Now guys, as you can see here, this is the MySQL database here guys. Now guys, I hope so you can understand how do you connect the MySQL database from your existing VM or your new VM or your new Linux server. Now guys, I'll show you how do you connect your MySQL database from here with Cloud Shell window terminal. You can click on overview first guys, then scroll down the connect to the instance. As you can see here, all those informations are available here. Now guys, one option is here, as you can see here, open Cloud Shell here guys. Just you can click on here. Then as you can see here guys, is your active Cloud Shell window terminal is launching now, and it might take couple of seconds. As you can see here guys, then click on open new window so that you can visible well manner guys. Guys, as you can see here, then first of all you can close your Cloud Active Shell terminal here guys. Now as you can see here, the Cloud SQL G-Cloud SQL Connect, this is the name of the database guys here. This is user as root, default user as root. I'll show you, and then guys press enter, then click on authorize guys, and it might take couple of minutes guys to connect your MySQL database. As you can see here guys, Next guys, you can enter your password, then press enter. As you can see here guys, you can successfully connect your MySQL database here. Then guys, you can write the MySQL database command. As you can see here, all databases information is available here. Now guys, I'll exit the database here. Write the exit command, then press enter. As you can see here, successfully exit from MySQL database. Now guys, I hope so you can understand how do you directly connect your database with your Cloud Shell window terminal. Then navigate to the MySQL web portal page here guys. Now guys, I'll show you all the section as you can see here so that you can easily understand it. First of all guys, you can click on connection. This is the important section guys. As you can see here, all the information here. Then as you can see here guys, networking section. In networking section, you can add a new network. As you can see here, this is the add a new network. Then you can add your name of the network and you can paste or add your external IP address here so that you can communicate with your existing web server with MySQL database. This is important step guys. This step is required more time in your practical or project section guys. Then guys, you click on security as you can see here. Then the cloud SQL SSL encryption and the manage server certificate. How do you create a manage server certificate, and how to manage your client server certificate, and why required for SSL and TLS client certificate for your SQL server. I'll explain more details about our upcoming lecture session guys. Then guys, if you want to connectivity test for your Linux server and database server, then you can create a connectivity test here. Click on fill all the information here guys, test name and the destination IP address. Then click on create here and you can select your desired project ID here guys, because I have only the default project here guys. So that as you can see here, my first project is here, but you can select your desired project and is your required project. Then you can create a connectivity test for your MySQL database server here. Now guys, then I'll show you in the user section guys. As you can see here, the name of the user as root. This is the default username guys. If you want to add a new user account here, then click on add user here. Then guys, simple step guys, you can just create a new user here. For an example, I'll create a new user for and password, whatever you want guys, just you can add is your password. Then click on add here. As you can see here guys, the second username as Cyrus is available here. Whenever you can connect your MySQL database server, then you can select the desired username here. I hope so guys, now you can understand it, but you can remember your password. That is very important guys. If you want to delete your username, then click on remove here guys, or if you want to change the password, then click on change password option is available here guys. Then add the new password, then click OK. Then guys, this is the simple step guys. Then I'll show you how do you remove your user from here. First click on the three button as you can see here, then click on remove, then click on remove here. As you can see here, Cyrus user is successfully removed here guys. Similarly guys, as you can see here the database section, click on database here, and as you can see here, these are the default all the database here guys. If you want to create a new database, then click on create database here, then you can add the database name. For an example, my new database, then you can add whatever is on the character set here based on the requirement, then click on create. As you can see here guys, this is the new database is created here. Now guys, if you want to delete your database, then first you can select the database here, then click on 3 button here, then click on delete, then add the name of your database here, then click on delete. As you can see here, the new database is successfully removed here guys. Now guys, you can avoid the GCP charges so that you can delete your database here guys. First of all, you can select the desired database, then as you can see here guys, the action tab, click on 3 button here, then click on delete here guys. As you can see here, click on delete, then add the name of your database here or instance ID, then similar step guys, you can delete your database, then click on delete. Deleting instance MySQL database server is start. It might take couple of seconds guys. Now guys, I'll navigate to the Compute Engine web portal page. Similarly guys, I'll remove the new client machine web server here. As you can see here, first of all, you can select here, then click on delete, then click on delete here and wait a couple of seconds. It will delete successfully. As you can see here guys, this instance is being stopped now. As you can see here guys, the new Linux server is successfully deleted here guys. Similarly step guys, you can navigate to the SQL, then as you can see here, the MySQL database is also successfully deleted here guys. Now guys, I hope so you can understand how do you create a MySQL server in Google Cloud Platform, then how do you connect your existing Linux server to MySQL database, and how do you connectivity in between MySQL databases with your existing Linux server. Thank you and have a great day.